Texas early next week, and we'll keep you posted on details about those as they're firmed up, and certainly on any other plans and schedule changes throughout the weekend. Jonathan?
Sarah, can you, has the president spoken to Gary Cohn about his comments? He said that the administration can and must do better in consistently and unequivocally condemning hate groups.
The president's in regular contact with Gary. I'm not going to get into deliberation on specific conversations they may have had, but the president's been very outspoken in his condemnation of racism, of bigotry, of hate of all forms. But I think as long as those things exist, there's always more that we can do, and that we should be looking for, and we will be looking for, ways that we can do more as an administration. Until there's a zero of those things, then there's always more that you can do. And I think that doesn't just happen within the administration, but I think that happens with the American people. I think that the president has called on America to come together, to unite, certainly throughout his comments over the course of the last week. And I think that's something that we should all step up and be willing to do, is come together and look for ways that we can get rid of racism, bigotry, and hate in all forms.
But
John,
what did the president
sorry,
mean?
we're really tight on time, so I'm going to try to get to several of your colleagues.
People on both sides. Who were the very fine people
Jonathan,
that were protesting with the neo-Nazis in Charlottesville?
Sorry.
Who were the very fine people?
Jonathan, we're super tight on time, so I'm going to try to cover as many of your
It's
colleagues
a key
as
question.
possible.
That's why that
Go
Gary
ahead.
Cohn was upset.
I'm just wondering, was the president aware of the content of Gary Cohn's interview before it was published?
Look, I think everybody wants to focus on a really small part of that interview. 95% of that interview was on tax reform, and we're looking at a very small portion of it. The president, as I said, and Gary have spoken many times. Gary has not held back what his feelings are. If you'll let me finish, Gary has not held back how he feels about the situation. He's been very open and honest, and so I don't think that anyone was surprised by the comments. Jen?
Two quick tax questions. For the Missouri trip next week, do you expect the president will reveal any new details about what he'd like to see in the tax reform overhaul?
If he is, I certainly wouldn't announce that today. I'll let the president do that while he's in Missouri next week. I know he's looking forward to really focusing on tax relief for middle-class Americans as we move into the fall. That's going to be a very big priority for this administration, and something I think that everyone can expect to hear a lot more about over the coming weeks. Sorry, I've just got to keep moving because we're really tight today.
The president mentioned 2 weeks ago possible military action in Venezuela, but H.R. McMaster just said that there's nothing in the near future. Does the president now feel that way, or is he still pushing towards possible military action?
I think we've been clear that the focus is first to use things like sanctions. That's the first line. That's where we're focused on right now, and hopefully that will have the impact that we're looking for. Again, we, as General McMaster said, we leave all options on the table, and we're not taking any of those things off, but nothing in the immediate, and we're going to focus on these sanctions at this point. Kristen? Kristen, sorry.
Sarah,
go ahead.
thank you. I want to ask you about DACA. Has the president made a decision about whether to end or phase out DACA, and is that imminent?
The administration has indicated several times before that the DACA program is under review. It continues to be under review, and we have an announcement on it. We'll let you guys know.
Is the decision imminent, Sarah?
Again, once we have an
days?
announcement on that, we'll let you know.
Thanks, Sarah. A number of charities and other groups have canceled events scheduled at Mar-a-Lago in the wake of the president's Charlottesville comments. Does that, coupled with these Mr. Cohn comments that we've discussed, the disbandment of the Business Council, does that make him rethink and reconsider at all his remarks and his reaction in the wake of Charlottesville?
I can't speak to anything regarding the Trump Organization, but I can tell you that, again, and I'll echo the president's comments, his words, and his feelings on this situation, is that he condemns this in the strongest form possible. We will continue to do that and continue to look for ways to bring America together. That's the focus of this administration currently, and will continue to be as we move forward. John Decker.
Thanks, Sarah. The president today took to Twitter to criticize Senator Bob Corker, and in just the past month, he's criticized a number of Republican senators. He's criticized Leader McConnell on Twitter, Senator John McCain, Senator Flake, Senator Graham of South Carolina, Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska. What is the end game for the president? What does that do for him in terms of trying to move his legislative agenda forward when he criticizes these important people, given the majorities are so slim in the Senate, that are necessary to move his legislative agenda forward.
I think it's clear that the end game is for Congress to do its job and actually pass legislation. I think the American people are very frustrated with Congress's lack of action, and for years they've been all talk and no action, and we're looking for them to step up at this point. Sorry, guys, to cut short today. We'll be around. We'll be around for the rest of this afternoon to answer your questions. But as you know, the president is departing here in a few minutes. Thanks so much, guys.
You gonna watch the fight?